If I turn my camera on, hey y'all, hey, it's Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Freestyle Friday. Yes, it is. I didn't get to do my yoga yet because, I was playing around in the background, but that's all right. I will do it after the show. But let's start out with the positive vibes of the day because, as always, I got to remind you that today is going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, go rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you want to be. Step four, can everybody just do your thing? Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, today's going to be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do.
The aftermath of preparation.
Good food,
good mood, blood in circulation.
One step at a time.
Yeah, that's how you make it.
Set a goal.
You control and the steps you take.
Hey, I try to pick one
thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called
education.
I try to do this every day, call it replication.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up,
today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high,
Other times I'm barely breathing, y'all. I got
always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo.
negative thoughts.
So poison the rock.
Hey,
So here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap
all the
bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
hey, what?
So I'ma fake it till I make it.
Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how you operate.
Cadence.
A flow, you grow, you show yourself. Hey, Aquanga, stay away from all the shit.
Shit that causes temptation.
No, I didn't. This is my moisturizer. In my head,
Like a narration.
don't expect greatness through my best man. I take it.
Wake
Hey,
up.
no, this is my skin.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Good morning, Pat.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Step 2. Step 3. Step 4. Hey, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. I feel like we just came off of a long weekend and we are back in the weekend. See? Oh, okay. So Aquanda, I oil my skin when I wake up in the morning. I do. And I spray my hair with rose water and I oil my scalp. And so what you see is oil, okay, on my skin. I moisturize first thing in the morning. It's I have, my skin has to be moisturized. I have a thing, okay? I have a thing. All right, but get you some of my body butter and some, this is what it looks like, I just blended some body butter the other day because my girlfriend always orders like 2-3 jars at a time. I have to bring or ship some to Texas. Probably next week I'll ship out a package to Texas because we're almost ready to go. I mean, it's almost that time. Texas, did y'all remember that story about the teenage boy who had dreadlocks and the school suspended him or wouldn't let him graduate or some mess? I forget the details of the story, and I glimpsed it last night before laying down, and I was so disgusted with it, right? And the family sued the school because the school indicated that this boy's locks were too long. They were neatly styled or whatever, but They said that his locks were too long. They tried to sue the school system, and the court agreed with the school. Racism is alive and in full force, right? How the fuck can people in Texas, a school system in Texas, tell a motherfucker that their dreads are too long so they cannot attend school unless they cut their dreads, or they cannot attend a graduation until they cut their dreads? I'm not understanding. This is blatant racism, right? All these white, I'm sorry, y'all. Good morning, happy Freeestttylllleee Friyaaayy. Okay? All these motherfucking white people. I was just in Jamaica and I see white people with long ass locks. So I'm saying to myself, if these white people kids had locks and they were attending school, and I'm sure they are out there, okay? I'm not privy to attend and have exposure to all the white high schools, all right? But I am pretty sure that there's a bunch of white men and women with long hair down their butts with all fucking colors and spiked gels and all kind of shit. I went the fuck to school in Forest Hills High School in Queens. Majority of white people. They had rainbow color hair. Their hair was down their back. They had spiked gel in their hair. So I'm trying to figure this out. Now, my son is 40, so I have been out of the school system for a really long time at the deep dive level, right? I do have some grandchildren, but I'm not the PTA grandmother, okay? Okay. So I don't know what goes on. Good morning, Tamika. I don't know what goes on at these schools. Good morning, Jay Williams. But I'm going to tell you no lie. Fuck them. I said it. That is some racist bullshit. And I hope that family takes it to the Supreme Court. How the fuck do you tell a kid their dreadlocks are too long? All these white people running around with all this long ass hair. Do they ask these white boys that got long rock and roll hair to cut their hair? I wish a motherfucker would. This is racism. See, they can't, they're struggling with how to exercise racism without being so blatantly racism. No, that's blatantly racism. We're in school to learn some shit. Why the fuck is his locks even a conversation? Why is that even a topic of conversation? But yet, some of these people running the school systems and shit say they Christians, right? And they believe in Jesus and stuff. And I don't care what pictures they put on their wall of the white Jesus with the long Spanish hair, whatever the fuck it is. Okay, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying how I feel. Okay, but the Bible clearly says his hair was woolly. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, white America tries to strip black people from every fucking thing they have, but then turn around and use it. I posted a video on IG, Louis Vuitton designs. There is evidence that it came from African tribes. The designs that they use on their bags was on the clothing of some of the tribes, was engraved in some of the tribes' artwork. I'm going to say artwork on their face because tribal marks. Okay? These were designs taken from African tribes, okay? But guess who making the money off of it? The white folk, right? They take everything from the black culture and then turn around and tell a black motherfucker they can't come to school because his hair too long. That's that red state bullshit. It ain't happening in New Jersey. I want somebody to pull up a story where some motherfucker in New Jersey tried to tell another motherfucker that their locks was too long. What do we do as parents when we are sending our kids to school and we live in places like Texas, Florida, Tennessee? What do we do? And the answer isn't as simple as some of the simple-minded people out there throw out. Oh, just move. Why the fuck do you live in these states? Just move. Motherfuckers can't move down the block. Okay? Financially, it's hard on motherfuckers to pick up and move. So I'm so sick of people saying, why do fucking people still live in Florida? Why the fuck people still go to Texas? Why the fuck people move here, move there? People move where they can afford to move, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a right to fight where we live. Good morning, Jay. Like, I just don't know if I'm going to see in my time racism stop. It's so fucking disappointing. I had a whole incident, right? And you know, the Lord ties your hands. They do. I remember when my granddaughter was in high school and she had an altercation with a teacher. Wrong family. You know how me and my son, we talked about the situation over and over again, right? Because we had a choice to make. She had an altercation with a teacher. This teacher punched my granddaughter in the motherfucking face. He was Spanish, but you know, some Spanish people think they white. First thing that was going to happen was my son was going to raid his ass. And then we had to go wait. The Lord ties our hands. Because if you fuck this man up, you're going to go back to jail. They're not going to care. We had to fight him with the law. We had to make his life miserable. But God damn it, you didn't think we knew where he lived? It was tempting. But the law is not on the black culture side. So we got to be careful because, see, we would have went to jail. Hands down, no matter how wrong that motherfucker was for what he did. So we had to drag him through court. Don't let these motherfuckers in the school system treat your kids any old way. And the answer again is not telling people, move. I hate that shit. Just move. And this mother was standing next to her son with her cowboy hat on, right? In Texas. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to hee-haw, yee-haw, rodeo over there, but let a motherfucker fuck around. Like, I don't know how I would survive in a red state, like being as blackety black as I am. The only savior for me is that I don't have any young children that I have to navigate through school and deal with some of that nonsense. But I pray for our black men and women that have young children that are navigating in these red states, that are in school trying to get an education. I pray for them. And the only advice I could give is to ensure that you have proper teachings at home, because them red states ain't gonna teach your kids shit that we really need to know outside of the basics. We need to inject our culture. We need to start teaching our children at home. We need to have little mini classrooms. I know we be tired. And we need to start teaching our kids the law. You know, Ghost came on here and he educated us on operating a vehicle without a motor vehicle, without a driver's license, right? He said, really, the law states that if you are traveling, you do not need to have a driver's license to operate a vehicle. You are traveling. You're not driving. Driving is when you're driving other people, right? Or you're driving a commercial vehicle for a company. right? There's a video floating around on social media where this young man got pulled over, right? And it reminded me of Ghost. And the officer said, "Can I see your driver's license and your registration?" He says, "I'm not driving," because it's a driver's license. This is in policy. See, this is the shit that they don't teach us. Okay? He said, "I'm not driving, I'm traveling." The officer said, "Okay." And the young boy pulled out the paper with the law. He said, "I'm traveling, I'm not driving." The officer said, "Well, I need some type of ID." He says, "No. Can I speak to a supervisor, please? Because I'm not driving, I'm traveling." The officer said, "I will get a supervisor out here as soon as I can." Okay? He kept asking this young man for his driver's license, and the young man said, "I'm not driving. Can I speak to a supervisor?" Okay? And then ultimately, long story short, the officer did ask, he was very polite officer. He did ask to see the paper that he was reading from. Okay? And the video ended at that point. I don't know what happened. But the point is that they're not even teaching the popo the fucking law. And so whose responsibility is it to know the law? Ours. Ours. Our responsibility to know the law. So this is the rant that I woke up with this morning, because when I saw that article in Texas and I posted it on my page, I was like, How did the parents lose the case? How could the court agree with the school saying that this boy's locks was too long? I didn't know that there was a hair length restriction when you go to school. She need to take it to the Supreme Court. See, we can't get tired of fighting. It's not always about picketing on the picket line and shit like that. Sometimes it's about writing letters. It is. Sometimes it's about filing complaints, paperwork, whatever it is. Just being a nuisance sometimes is enough. You don't always have to picket at the picket line. There's other ways to make change. All right? I'm just saying. Happy Friday, y'all. Thanks for letting me rant that off, because, I'm passionate about, our people and shit. And when I hear certain shit, I'll be like, I'm too blackety black. I'm going into the corporate office today, as a matter of fact, because, and I normally don't go into the office on Fridays. As you can see, I'm still sitting here, right? I'm going into the office today because we have DEI, program, like most companies. And our receptionist, this is what I'm talking about when I say change happens one person at a time. Our receptionist, who is a Black woman, when I was in the office on Wednesday, she said to me, "Listen, I called MCAN. MCAN is our organizational department that organizes all of the events for us, Brewer Ridge, and helps us get the budget to do things, right? Special events. All these other people, Jewish, Asians, Indians, they all have a celebration. Christmas, Easter, Black History Month come. They throw out a couple of emails to recognize Black History Month, but where's the kitchen? Where's the food? Where's the party?" So the Black receptionist, okay, she said to me, "No, I called them and I said, it's Black History Month. I mean, what's up? Nobody doing a celebration for Black History Month here?" And so, of course, they gave a small budget, okay? And other people had to contribute. So AG is making, because AG and I work at the same company, if y'all didn't know that. He's making 2 sweet potato pies. I gave him money to contribute to that because I'm not bringing nothing. Okay, I'm just showing up. So the only reason why I'm going into the office today is because that Black receptionist had a voice, and it had them organize a Black History gathering for the people at my job. And I said, I'd be damned if in my blackety black self am I going to miss it, because I'm not going to give anybody an excuse to say we tried and nobody showed up. And guess what? Look at the day that they chose, Friday. Who the hell want to go into the office on a Friday? Me, I'm going. Because I'm going to represent Black history on the strength that this receptionist stood up and said something. And I'm going to be standing there with her, because I'm not going to let her work go in vain. And so after the show, I'm going to do a little bit of work. Then we're going to get in the car and we're going to head over to Newark, hang out at this party, and then head the fuck back home. I need to be present. Okay? And this is tidbit information for y'all, right? Try to represent and try to be present, okay, when our culture is being celebrated, especially in your office place, because you know what? The excuse they will use is nobody shows up. We matter too. And child, I want to see who all these Black folks are that work on my job, because I swear I only see like scattered. There's like a few that sit in the area where I sit, but they're not in my organization, right? Some of them are at the help desk. Another person is in a whole nother org. I don't know. But in my organization, I want to see who the fuck shows up that look like me. AG is Black, but he don't work in my organization. He work in a whole nother organization. All right? We're spread. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here. We're spread. Okay? All right, so let me get into the Friday positive read. Today is February 23rd. Y'all know that February is the month of love, okay? I'm just saying. I just had a moment, but you know, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to recap about what Coffee with Friends is about, because I think some of y'all forget. All right, February 23rd. I will know love when I realize there is nothing I have done that God cannot forgive or understand. Oh, baby, this is a message for some of y'all out there today. I will know love when I realize there is nothing I have done that God cannot forgive or understand. Let's lay our cards out on the table. You have not always done your best. You have not always lived up to your responsibilities or your own expectations. There have been times when you have not shown up prepared to do what you needed to do, even though you really don't like to admit it. There are times when you feel inadequate, afraid of failing. Is it not also true that to cover up for all the things you have done, you have difficulty admitting about yourself? You hide behind a harsh, I don't give a damn veneer. How many people say I don't give a damn? But and deep down inside, they probably don't mean it. If you are able to admit any of these things about yourself, then we are on the right track. You see, God already knows this about you and loves you just the same. Let's take this one step further. Would you say that there have been times when you have chosen to be less than honest in order to get what you want? How do you respond when you get caught in a lie? Would this mean that you have said and done things that still haunt you? Have there been occasions when you have been made promises that you knew at the time they were made you would not keep? How did you get out of doing what you promised you would do? Don't you hate to be wrong? What do you do to keep others from knowing when you are? How do you act out of your anger? How do you hide your fear? How do you live with the fact that there are things you have not done because of fear or anger? Before you try to answer one or more of these inquiries, there is something I want you to remember. God knows all about you. God cares. God understands and God loves you anyway. Good morning, Smokey. Until today, you may have been hiding things about yourself. Just for today, allow yourself to remember to accept and to acknowledge that God knows you and loves you. Today, I'm devoted to laying all of my cards on God's table. What does this read say to you today? What does this read say to you today? What did you get out of this message? Nothing? Y'all didn't get anything from this message today? How many people told a small lie to get what they need? How many people told a small lie to get what they need? And what happens when you're caught in a lie? How do you react? Do you believe that no matter what you've done, that God will forgive and forget? You know, that's why he's God. I'm not God. I don't forget. And it depends on what you do, because I might not forgive and I'm still a work in progress. And it doesn't matter how many times people tell me, oh, forgiveness is for you. I don't care. I know it's for me, right? But I have a hard time, forgiving people for certain things that, you know, that I don't think that they deserve my forgiveness. But that's me, right? Y'all know how I feel about sayings and stuff that say forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness brings you peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. The forgiveness that I work on, the oil from my hair is dripping. The forgiveness that I work on is forgiving myself. That's the forgiveness I work on. I don't work on forgiving other people. See, I work on forgiving myself for not recognizing. I believe God forgives and forgets too, right? But I, as a human being, no, I forgive myself. There's a lot of people out in the world that I do not forgive. And again, so many people have come to me and I will cuss you out. I swear I will. If you try to force me to forgive somebody I'm not ready to forgive. I remember when my dad died, and I told this story before, and a good friend of mine, right, who I thought was a good friend of mine, okay, because she was with an abusive husband. Yeah, I said abusive husband. And if he watches my show, come the fuck on here and say something smart. Because I'm not her. I'm not her. But come on here and say some shit. Abusive husband. Okay? She went back to her abusive husband. And when you're with an abusive person, they control the dynamics of who you're around. They isolate you. And so she went back to her abusive husband. And when my dad died, I received a message One, I received the delivery of a plant from her. Two, I received a message, right, that said she's not coming to the funeral because she didn't know him anyway. Who the fuck goes to the funeral only because they know the person in the casket? See, going to a funeral for me is not only for the person in the casket, because the person in the casket don't even know you the fuck there. But it's the support, your friends, your family members, your co-workers, whomever. It's a form of support. And you were my friend. Good morning, y'all. You were my friend. So when I got that message after her sleeping on my couch, running to Brooklyn because her husband slapped her in the face and did some shit, after I showed up for her on a regular basis, my dad died. And you didn't come to the funeral because you didn't know my dad. But you knew me, bitch. And there's people that join my show that know exactly this situation because they were there and they experienced the situation. I don't be lying. Somebody want to call me a liar, come the fuck on my show and call me a liar. You knew me, bitch. Okay? You sent me a plan. Guess what? I was done. I didn't speak to her. And you know how many people said to me, oh, don't be like that. Y'all are fuck y'all and fuck her. No. Even my best friend, she was like, well, Robin, you know, sometimes I don't give a fuck about sometimes. That was an unforgivable act for me, especially when my circle ex fuck hoe flew from Florida. We were not together. Yes, he knew my dad, but we were not together. He flew from Florida and attended my dad's funeral. My husband that I have been divorced from since 2001. His parents, not just my ex-husband, but his parents showed up. They never met my dad. Or they met my dad at the wedding. My sister-in-law, one of my ex-husband's sisters, showed up. But a friend of mine couldn't show up. I cut her off. Blink. Off. And people tried to convince me, no, be understanding. Be understanding. No, I don't have that much understanding in me. And then they came to me with, oh, well, you know, God. No, I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm not even fucking Moses. I'm not Paul, Luke, John, Matthew. I'm not none of them. I ain't even Mary Magdalene. Shit, I ain't got that close to Jesus. Okay? Don't tell me to forgive. I'm going to work on forgiving me for not being more careful and cautious about who I pour myself into. That's the forgiveness. All that other shit, I don't give a fuck about. I work on forgiving me and making sure that I don't incorporate any other baggage like that in my circle. And that's how I navigate through life. And some people will be like, Robin, that's wrong. Well, Why is it wrong? Because growing up, somebody told you that forgiving others would make you feel better? Because where did you learn that? You know how I say we learned a lot of shit growing up, right? And people admit that we have to unlearn some toxic shit. But some people won't let go of these old stupid ass phrases that people raised us up on believing. I believe that forgiveness starts with just forgiving myself and doing and being a better person. But I'm done with that. Okay? You ain't know my father. And the thing was, before I was angry, I was hurt. I was. So I do believe God forgives and forgets, but I'm not God. Okay? I do my best. I do my best. And so reading the message, yes, we should work on being our best selves, right? And when they talked about, a part of being your best self, right? All of us have been guilty of feeling shame, lying and covering up a little bit of this and a little bit of that, small little lies. And like Pat said, everyone stretches the truth all the time. How about on applications to get apartments and jobs? We feel that that's okay because it's done to institutions, which is unfair anyway. And that goes back to when Ghost said, everybody lies, right? How many people, when you go, I'm going back to piggybacking off of Pat, on your job application, when they ask you what your current, I'm going to give you one better. When you're filling out a credit card application, right? And they ask you for your salary, do you put your exact salary or do you round up or whatever? Little lies. If you've been on your job 1 year, 6 months, do you put 2 years? Little lies. This goes back to what Ghost said. Everybody lies. Deb, you said that's some on-site shit. Yes, Deb. She said because she didn't know my dad. That's what she said. That was the message I got. She sent me a fucking plant. And you see, all these things that have happened to me in my life, I have trust issues because when I am in your life as a person, I show up for you. I do. I show up for you. Now, I might not make every event. Like my best friend, she would cuss me out. Like I remember she cussed me out because, I didn't go to her grandfather's funeral, but not because I didn't say I didn't know him. My grandfather had just passed 2 months before that. Okay. And when her grandfather passed, I could not mentally maintain going to the funeral, but I came to the wake. I came after the fact. I could not sit in the church. And I explained that to her, but I said, I will be there. I showed up there for her anyway, but I was not in the church. It was too hard for me mentally. And initially, she didn't understand that. Ghost, I just mentioned your name. She didn't understand that. And it took a minute, but then she eventually understood it. But I was still there. You understand? I would never not show up, period. Right? I know people deal with mental, struggles. You know what I'm saying? And if she would have said, I can't because mentally it affects me, and then she showed up at the repast, I would have been okay with that. But you sent me a plant. Deb said Ghost, we're talking about, today's message was about lies, right? Telling little lies and stuff like that. And we were saying on here that people lie on job applications. And I went back to your comment, Ghost. I said, see, Ghost said the other day, everybody lies. Because Cheryl said, everybody stretches the truth at some point. Okay, that's a form of a lie. Everyone excludes information. Some people exclude information. Not everyone. Exclude information. That's a form of lying. Right? And so I went back to your comment the other day, Ghost, when you said everybody lie. Deb said, and so I said, when you're filling out a credit card application, do you put your exact salary? Do you put all your exact information, or do you round up? I round up because I don't never know my exact salary down to the 999, 485 and 32 cents. I ain't got time for that. I round it up to like a nice round number close to what I make, right? But I don't go over, right? You know what I'm saying? Deb said, Roy, I don't know this lady and I'm ready to fight her. That's some bull. What she said. She shouldn't have said anything. If she was going to say that, but hurting people hurt people. She probably didn't think her sister was going to tell me. But see, I was so close to both her and her sister. Her sister even thought it was bullshit. Her own sister told it to me. Okay. Deb said, I put exact salary and I put correct info on applications because what they not going to do is fire me and say I lied about something. Now, this might explain why I ain't got no new job yet. Well, see, first of all, I don't put my salary down when I'm looking for a job. I don't. I put what I let them know what I'm asking for. But I don't put my salary down on applications because I feel like they're just going to move my paper to the side. Right? Because they're gonna be like, First of all, her ass is close to 60, and she asking for too much fucking money. Listen, I'm a veteran in these streets. I'm smart. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Pay me. I sit in the boardrooms with all the peoples. All right, and I'm the only one. If y'all know what I mean, I posted the picture as an example and as a contribution to Black History Month to say we can do this, sitting in the boardroom around a bunch of snow. And that was my meeting. That wasn't their meeting. That was my meeting. That was my meeting I was hosting. Okay? That was just a message to say we can do it. Happy Black History Month. But I didn't call it out. It was like a subliminal message, hoping that people got the message that I was sending. Okay? Because a lot of people call me Tommy, right? They don't think that I really have a job because I have all this flexibility and I'm always on social media. But I work. I work. Right, y'all. Deb is choosing violence on this Friday during Black History Month. She was like, I'm ready to fight. Deb, I was ready to fight too. And you know, the sad and unfortunate thing about this situation is years later, she had an aneurysm. And I showed up at the hospital. She had an aneurysm. And my heart is so big. I showed up at the hospital. And I helped feed her. I sat with her. All of that. You know, because I have a kind heart. Okay? And then I left. When she got back home and stuff, I went back to where I was. Now, to this day, I still see she hits liking stuff on my posts and stuff like that. But, you know, when I release certain people from my life, certain people I keep a space for to come back, and certain people I don't. I'm just being honest. Certain people cannot come back in my life. Certain people I keep a space for. Because it all depends on how we parted in the first place. That's how I show forgiveness for myself. Wait, Ghost Freestyle Friday. Zen has pictures of shit in his phone. Wait, what? And my 13-year-old is 6'2". I saw that. Zen, you posting pictures on Discord? What is Ghost talking about? Yes, Max. That was my husband's name. Such a sexy name. Yes, Max. I love that name. Hanging on to a thin thread. Baby, listen. Where's Theo? Theo lives near you, I am Jacinta. Why don't you and Theo link up and go out for some cocktails? Get away from the house. Let your hubby do the babysitting for a night. Get out and do a girl's post. Okay? Go out and have a girls' night. I need to come back and visit North Carolina. Y'all, my boss is going to kill me. I haven't even taken the days off yet for March. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to like put it on his calendar at the end of the day. And this way he can marinate over the shit on the weekend. Because what's the worst he could say is, damn, Robin, again. I mean, I got unlimited days off. Why y'all give me unlimited days off if y'all going to look at me side eye? I'm literally going away every 2 months. Yes, please make more tall men for the world. Thank you, Ghost. Because my my grandbaby's too young. But we need more tall men for the world. Yeah, she has dementia and aphasia. So yes, Pat, thank you for bringing that up. Good morning, Chalk. Thank you for bringing that up, Pat. Wendy Williams. Oh my God. Who saw the Wendy Williams clip with China, with Black China? I had watery eyes, y'all. I did. Listen, I don't care what Wendy Williams did. A lot of people don't like Wendy Williams, but Wendy Williams was doing her job. Y'all didn't like her. That meant that she was good at her job. She was a gossiper. That's what she did, and she was good at it, and people hated it. That meant she was the bomb. But baby, her Lifetime special is coming up. And they showed that scene with Black China. I watched it 3 times. Oh God, I don't want to get emotional. These things make me emotional. I mean, looking at a woman who had her life together, right? And this motherfucker. You see how men do? This man cheated on her. Whole mistress, living around the corner, had a baby on her. Oh my God. Like, I need men to love up on us better. I do. She was broken since then. Now, I know she got Graves' disease and all that, but listen, her life fell completely apart when Kevin Hunter did what the fuck he did. She ain't never been the same. And I watched her talk to Black China without her wig, without her full capacities. She said, my real name is Wendy Hunter, and I'm divorced. And he has no money. And she says that if you watch the upcoming attractions to her show, she says that again. That aphasia and dementia is hard to watch. And it made me remember my dad, because I didn't understand dementia when I was growing up. And he used to repeat himself. Hey, midget, what's going on, midget? Right? A few minutes later, he say it again, 3rd, 4th time. I'd be like, damn, You asked me that already. I didn't know. I was young. That's sad, y'all. And it just makes me more aware of how important it is to be as healthy as you can be, right? My dad had dementia early because he was an alcoholic, okay? And so you just have to be as healthy as you could be. You never know when that could be you. You never know what stress factor can tip you over. You don't know. And that's why it's so important. Like if you're in relationships, you're in toxic relationships, you're in bad relationships. I've been in relationships where that last relationship I was in, when my mother looked at me and she said, he broke you. That was like the worst thing somebody could have said to me. Because me, Roar, how could you break me? I'm strong. I'm resilient. Right? But even the strongest women, even the most resilient women get broken down mentally. And if you're not careful, you can trigger some other mental illness issues. So, I mean, especially with me getting older, I be thinking about shit like this. All right, let me gather my thoughts because y'all took me down a sad road. That was, it was terrible, and I can't wait for her special to come out. Her caretaker or whatever when they put somebody to to take care of you, she already filed some kind of petition with the court. I don't know, gag order, some shit. Or she wants a protection because they getting ready to come out with this movie. So I don't know what's going on, but let me tell you something. A broken heart, a broken heart can fuck a bitch up. A nigga too. A nigga too. So I'm here to say Coffee with Friends. We are a family. We are a chosen family. So we have Discord. We have the platform. A lot of us have each other's phone numbers. Whatever the case may be. If you are feeling a way and you're struggling with something, please tap into us. Tap into each other, right? This is what we are here for. This is why I wanted to take a moment and remind people what Coffee with Friends is about, because every now and again, I have to remind you guys what Coffee with Friends is about. I know I get on here and I play, we talk a lot of shit, but this is a healing platform. This is a platform where we come on here and we talk about shit. We trust each other. It's a safe space. Now, I got trust issues and I still come on here and talk about shit, okay? This is where we talk about our deepest pains, our fears. We ask for help. All that. Things that we're battling with. We give each other advice based on our own experiences. So don't ever come on my show and say, oh, I got a sad story, but I don't want to bring your mood down. That's what this is for. Do you go to now? This is not therapy because I'm not a therapist and I'm not a life coach, but it's a gateway, I hope, to you going to therapy. Okay? It's a gateway for you to recognize some faults in yourself that you need to work on, because we're sharing our own experiences amongst each other. So don't come here like I have people that call me on the sideline, inbox me, or whatever the case may be. And I know I'm going to therapy because I listen to all of you problems and then I got my own problems. So I got to unpack my shit on top of hearing y'all shit. But that's the circle of life for me, right? Taking care of our mental health is so important. And that's what this platform is about. And several people, every now and again, they'll come here and they'll go, I got something to say, but I don't want to bring the mood down. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is why we are here. I'm not a gossip platform. I'm not a joke platform. I don't have Muppets and shit. Okay? If you got some shit going on and you need an ear, this is where we're at. No judgment. I don't give a damn what it is. You caught crabs, we'll work you through it. The fuck? You know, I shed tears on here every now and again. Y'all almost had a tear come out my you know? Stress and disappointment can wreck your mental health. Yes, Theo. I am Jacinta said, I'd be so scared to go out thinking I'm going to catch COVID, flu, RSV, etc., and bring it back to my baby. Y'all keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Honestly, I don't know where I need help at. That's okay, I am Jacinta. You don't need to know where you need help at. You need us we might just come and stare in your face. Somebody might just come stare in your face and sit there quietly. Sometimes you don't need to say nothing. Sometimes people just need people. And that's okay, I am Jacinta. All right? So we're going to listen, this platform is to support one another. I don't live in North Carolina. If I did, I'd be knocking on your door with my face mask on, and I'll sit on the steps with you if you think I'm going to give your baby something. Okay? But this is what we do on Coffee with Friends. Okay? And so I know you live in North Carolina. I am Jacinta, and we hear you. We hear you. And we will respond. Okay? You don't have to do this shit alone. So that's to remind you guys what Coffee with Friends is about. Don't do shit alone. Deb said, but you being vocal, I'm so proud of you. I have no clue what you're dealing with, but I'm willing to be a listening ear and pray. And that's the beautiful part. Jacinta, you come on here and you at least are expressing how you're feeling. You're giving us something to work with. Good morning, Val. Pat said, Wendy has 3 issues from broken heart, period. Have these issues from a broken heart, period. I agree, Pat. I feel like she went into a complete depression. Oh, I'm glad I am Jacinta. You're in therapy. I'm proud of you, girl. See, y'all? You've shared stuff here that you never even told your bestie, right? I know it. I just said the other day, I'm about to go to therapy and I'm going to have to say things that I never said. But I'm going to say it because therapy only works if you are honest. And there's going to be things that I say in therapy that I probably haven't said in years. But I know I need to say it because my triggers are apparent that the healing needs to be done. Thank you, Brandilla. See, that's what I'm talking about. Deb said, Mo, I feel like we've been friends for years. So if you don't come to Texas, I'm coming to Virginia, period. Well, we're all going to Virginia to see Hillbilly. So, Mo, at least when we come to Virginia to do the Hillbilly thing, will you come and hang with us then, Mo? Well, Mo is coming to Friendsgiving. She paid her money. Chalk crabs. If you catch crabs, we got you. Listen, we'll take Ghost Power Wash machine, and you spread your legs. We'll power wash them crabs off your woo-ha. The fuck? Open up your crack. I bet you that shit'll work. The fuck? I mean, I'm just saying, Deb. I just use that as an example. I don't know. Are people still catching crabs? Because listen, I don't know. I live the bald life. I don't the fuck know. I don't know. I live the bald life. As a matter of fact, this weekend I go and get my Brazilian wax, and I cannot wait to spread eagle so she can rip all the hairs off of this woo-ha and in the crack of my ass. All right. I don't know. And let me tell y'all something. If people are still out there catching crabs, I can't imagine condoms help that, because don't they crawl around the condoms? I mean, I'm fucking grossed out. See, this is why I say, see, it's Freestyle Friyaaayy, right? This is why I say, men, shave your nuts and your eggplant. It should be shiny bald. Like if you put some baby oil on that shit, it should be slick, shiny bald. Because you know what? When I look at it, I'm gonna be looking at it like this. Okay, lifting up the balls and everything. Fuck that. Anything crawling? Because you know, motherfuckers be wearing condoms to fuck, but when you put the shit in your mouth, you got the VD in your mouth. You got the crabs in your mouth. You got some shit. Look at that dick and them nuts. I'm telling you, girls, don't be shy. Pick it up, move it around, you know, move it to the side, sniff it, make sure it don't have a funk to it. Listen, I'm giving out lessons. Shit, I'm giving out lessons. Okay? Shave that shit, because I need to see. Ghost, and I believe it. I believe it. My therapist got the flu. So my therapy got pushed to March 1st. So but I'm going to get my first therapy session before I hit Texas. Oh, God. I'm probably still going to be snot nose crying the fuck. She probably going to be like, oh, my God. You going to be here for some years. Power washing crabs. I'm telling you. You said trying to skin a brother up with the power washer. I just get it off. Why we got to be careful with the bald? Why you have to be careful with the bald? I've been bald for so many damn years and I never had no accident. See, the reason why, listen, one of the reasons why I feel like people should be bald is because I need to see. You got shit crawling. Do you have a sore? Is there something there? I want to see if you got a sore down there, if you got that turtle skin neck that cover your peen. I'ma pull it back if it stink, if it got some dirt around it. I'm just saying, I'ma lift it up, look under your balls, make sure it don't smell like you went to the bathroom and made a booms and you didn't wipe yourself good or you ain't shower. Baby, I'm all in the business. Cause why do you have to be careful with the bald? Yeah, I'ma hold a spray gun and spray the crabs off of the person. I'll do it. See, Brandilla, you've shared things here you haven't shared anywhere else. I'm telling you, I have a whole YouTube. Besides the lives, I have a storytelling series, right? Where I talk about shit that some of my friends called me on the phone after and was like, that shit really happened to you? Listen, I told so many stories. See, this is why in the dating scene, right? I say to people, to date me is hard because I'm outside. I'm out loud. I live my life out loud. I tell my business. I'm out here. If you do some shit to me, I might tell it. I might tell it. And so my ex, he didn't like my show because I would get on here and be like, like them ba la la singing. And he was like, oh my God, you get on the show and you're always talking about me. But I never mentioned your name. But if the shoe fit, clean yourself up. He had a big old attitude with me being on the show because I was living my life out loud and I was telling my business. And he thought, why do you have to tell people you were molested? Why do you have to tell people your baby daddy was a crackhead? Why do you got to go on there? It's my business and it's me and I do what the fuck I want. And so he did everything he could possibly do. Okay? Everything he could possibly do to try to sabotage my show. And the more he tried to sabotage it, the more I jumped on and was like, hey, y'all, hey, this is Coffee with Friends, nigga, bye. Right? How are you ashamed of the stories I'm telling about my life? When a person acts like that, that tells me that you need to unpack some shit in your life because maybe me unpacking the shit in my life is triggering you because you got some toxic shit you need to release. Why are you mad at me? I will quit you first. Don't get in my way. That's the hard part about dating me. I'm out loud. I'm here. Okay. And some men are in the background quiet. And so some people will find it hard to date me. But I'm honest about that up front. I will tell my business because I believe that there's a lot of people out here that experience similar things that I experience and they're ashamed to talk about it because people judge them. But I come on here and I talk about it, letting people know you're not by yourself. You're not alone. I'll be the brave soul that talks about the person that touched me, that talked about being cheated on, that talked about being slapped in the face one good fucking time before I realized I don't like abuse. The fuck, and I'm not going to deal with it. I'll talk about all of that shit so that somebody else feels safe. Right, Deb. Ghost missing out on the money. Ghost, you need to hold the spray gun. That could be added to your power wash business. I power wash crabs. Wait, Ghost. All money ain't good money. Oh, y'all. You better let them know. Y'all, you better let them know. You better let them know it look bigger. And you can look down when you look. I'm getting too personal now. But you know when y'all smashing and you look down at the action, I want to see it. I don't want to see an afro. I want to see the skin. The fuck? See, Chalk, you giving me new worries. Chalk, how could they hide the crabs? Chalk, you Chalk, don't introduce no new shit. I already got anxiety. Damn it. Theo said the first time I went to therapy, I cried the entire session as I share my truth. Therapy was a game changer for me, baby. This is what I'm scared of. My mama said I don't cry. I guarantee you when I get in therapy and the first thing she asks, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be a mess. I'm going to be a mess. Right, Val. People with all that hair and their cootie cat got limp balls. I believe it. I got caught sitting on his lap. Girl, That story is a mess. When I got caught sitting on that man's lap, my circle fuck ex hoe came in. Go listen to that story. That shit was hilarious. And the funny thing is, in that story, y'all, Nakia Monet, who joins the show, she was there in the house that night when I got caught sitting on his lap. But I was go watch the story. Because I put it as I got caught sitting on his lap, but I was single, I thought. See, men be trying to tag me in relationships, and I'll be like, I didn't know I was in a relationship with you. How you put me in a relationship with you? I thought I was single. I be confused. I know I'm still a work in progress because I still be confused. I'll be like, am I in a relationship? Am I not? I don't know. And then my mama got to get me together. She do. Theo said therapy is maintenance for my mental wellness. I meet with my therapist once a month. We go for regular appointment, annual physical, mammo, etc. So why don't we take care of our mental health? True. Remind me, I have to go for an MRI. I need to call them between today and Monday and get an appointment to get in there because I got to have an MRI with contrast and without for my liver because they monitor my liver every year because I have like a fatty tissue. It's benign, but you know, my doctors are so thorough with me ever since that kidney shit. And so every year I got to go take a picture of the liver, a picture of the kidney, a picture of the liver, a picture of the kidney, a picture of the liver, a picture of the kidney. It's my life. Okay, this new Crown Royal. Shit tasted like cough meds, but not bad. Mixed drink with grape Tropicana. Yeah, see, I was worried about that because I have a raspberry blackberry gin that's sitting on my bar. Good morning, Angel. That's sitting on my bar. And I tried to mix drinks with it and it tastes like medicine. And even Nakia, when she came here, she saw it on my bar. She said, what the hell do you mix that with? Because that's hard to mix. It tastes like cough medicine. I think the blackberry flavor it just tastes like cough medicine. I don't know why they even, I don't know. Like, how do you knock the edge off of the cough medicine taste? I don't know. And Pat, and I don't. I remember my ex said to me, because he was real emotional abusive. He was like, you ain't never gonna find nobody because you two this and you two that. And I was like, so what? So what? Maybe I won't find nobody because I'm too this. You two out there. You tell me men don't want women like that. I don't give a fuck. You are not the speaker of all men. I don't care because when I changed myself to be the woman that the man say he wanted me to be, he still cheated. So it ain't never gonna happen, boo boo. I'ma just be this. Okay. And what I told him was, see, a lot of men mistake the fact that a lot of women are okay being single. Dick is around the corner. You can get dick anywhere. Hello, dick. Come on, dick. Come on. You want to fuck dick. It's everywhere. Right? So it's not like you can't go get some dick. Some women are fine being single. Right? But some people try to make it seem like, you're gonna be miserable by yourself. Really? Baby, I've been living by myself for 3+ years. And can't y'all see I'm living my best life? Because if you look at my videos when I was with my ex, I looked miserable. I was chunky. Pictures don't lie. No, Brandilla. No. I refuse to get into that Tisa Risa shit. That 50-part story of her, who the fuck did I marry? Why do I care? That's so many people's stories, right? Somebody went on TikTok and made a 50-part story about being with a narcissistic man. And I was like, I didn't want to be triggered by it because I have my own narcissistic men. I've ignored enough of red flags to know the bullshit that I put up with. Only difference is she put up with, I mean, only thing is she put it on TikTok. How many people deal with similar situations? I saw the first episode and I was like, baby, you talking about half of people's problems. They just not on TikTok talking about it. I didn't have time. But I did see that she got a trip to Paris out of it. So then I started thinking to myself, okay, so people do want to hear 50-part stories. I couldn't listen to hers because it was triggering for me and I'm trying to heal, right? And people want to know why they can't heal. The fuck? No. You are responsible for your triggers. And I was not going. But it gave me an idea. It definitely gave me an idea. And I'm going to marinate. And I'm not going to share it. 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 But I have an idea. I am. Yep, I just wrote it down because it just came. Okay, and I don't want it to leave. Ghost, you trim, but you don't do bald? Mm-mm. Just bald it. Yep, she about to get a book and a movie deal for sure. Here go Aquanda. Us spending money for Italy. I know. I know you got the paperwork. And I know what, I got to come off of like $500 or something off the top. And I got to be done paid how much by July? $5,000. I need a GoFund. I know, Brandilla, right? Good morning, Johnny. Listen. When I saw her do that, I was like, oh, I got an idea. I got a fucking idea. I do. I do. I'm going to try to start implementing that shit this weekend. Okay, I got a fucking idea. Okay. I wasn't hooked though, Deb. Johnny said, muddle some blackberries at the bottom of the cup. Add your liquor and then top it off with the blackberry ginger ale. Oh, muddle the blackberries. Okay. Maybe. Oh yeah, Smokey. Maybe try it with the blackberry ginger ale. Thank you, y'all, because I couldn't deal with it. No, you can't, Angel. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Who we telling that to? Who we telling that to? Who we telling that to? Exactly. 8 hours of a story. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I got a couple of announcements to make. All right. I didn't watch it either. Maybe if it said when I found out I killed him, I might have watched. Exactly. That might have been more interested. So sad. But anyway, y'all, what we got coming up? March 8th, we got rodeo activities, right? March 8th weekend. It's starting out with Friday night, all about love. Men, I don't know. If no men show up, I'm a side eye y'all, because I'm gonna be like, y'all not trying to heal. So don't come on this show talking no shit and y'all ain't doing the work, right? I want to see people doing the work. All About Love by Bell Hooks. Book is $9.99. We're going to talk about this shit, right? It touches on a lot of shit. It be having you scratch your head like, what? Okay? And so, All About Love. March 8th will be the book discussion. We will be having a 90-minute discussion around this book. We will be watching certain chapters on YouTube. We will be discussing the things that resonated with us the most and why it resonated with us the most. I already started jotting down some questions that I want to ask as a part of the book reading and review and discussion. And so be ready, y'all. All right. The address will be provided as we get closer to the date, because if you're not coming, you don't need the address, right? So I will create a separate group chat for those that are coming, and we will share the addresses and activities and stuff that's happening there. All right. And so that's March 8th. After we finish with the book reading, we will move into some topics. We have topics that we're going to be discussing all weekend. This is Coffee with Friends. I do not want people to forget the purpose of this show. We do play games, but we will have topics. Topics are already being generated. We will have a topic discussion after the book reading, which will involve the ladies and the men. And then we will move into games, drinking, and whatever. Saturday, we start our day with rodeo activities, right? We head to the rodeo around 11:30, 12:30, whatever the fuck time. I'm not driving, I'm just riding. And we go there and we enjoy the rodeo. There is no specific format. We want to do the carnival. We want to see the rodeo show. We want to see the livestock. We just want to be a part of what's going on, okay? So get your cowboy, cowgirl paraphernalia ready, okay? I see some of y'all are already getting your shit together. I cannot wait to see the outfit. See me? I have to be so extra. And I'm really not, I really did tone down the things I was gonna do because I don't want to pack a lot of shit. But, I might have to ship some stuff ahead of me, and I might have to ship some stuff home before I leave. But that's all right, because I want to have a brown hat and a black hat, and I can't pack both. Maybe I'll be able to pack it. I got to see what my suitcase is looking like. All right. And so we're going to have a good time. Then Sunday, we are supposed to do brunch at Ratio, unless somebody comes up with something other than. Ratio has great ambiance, great music, hookah. There's food there or whatever. It's all about spending time together. After we do brunch, we will then go back to the house, topic discussion, and then light games, okay? Because people don't want to get on the plane hungover. But if you do want to get on a plane hungover, that's on you. That's on you, okay? Roy, you need to attend a trail ride while you're here. Nut, I know. I hope it happens, because the last time it happened, Goddess is the other place that you said is a Sunday brunch vibe. I hope I do get to experience the trail ride while I'm there. The last time Nut heard the trail ride coming, and she was like, Roy, the trail ride. We ran out the house, ran down the block, ran across the bridge, and I was happier than a pig in shit. I tell y'all, I'm a big kid. I don't give a damn. All right. And so Sunday, we're supposed to be doing brunch and the rest. Okay. I'm leaving. Most people are leaving Monday. I'm leaving Tuesday because I come in early. I leave late. I don't like to be stressed. I don't like to rush. I don't like to be in a hustle and bustle. So I like to move, when I can get a little bit of peace. All right. And so that's what's happening in about 2 weeks. Oh my God. All right. Now, after that, we have our Coffee with Friends Summer Soiree, which is August 21st to the 25th, $50 per person deposit will hold your room. Hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be able to do raffles on room upgrades. That will only apply to those that have the Tropical View room. Okay. And so book your trip. What are you waiting for? This is an all-adult resort. Breathless Putacana. Listen, I even told my son, I was like, don't be raggedy. Bring your ass on my trip. Right now, I know some of y'all are like, you going to invite your son on the trip? What if you take your top off? My son is 40. Okay. And my son certainly seen my titties before. Okay. And my son ain't going to pay attention to my titties being out. And I didn't even take my titties out in Mexico. So I probably won't take them out in Breathless. But I'm just saying, you just never know. But I certainly did invite my son to come on a trip. He is a grown ass man. Okay. So hopefully he can make it. All right. And so Breathless Putacana. Now, if you booked your trip, if you book your trip by February 29th, you will be able to indulge in any of these stays tax. Now, Aquanda already secured her Vegas trip. She only paid $99 tax. All right. Same thing for everybody else. You, depending on the resort you pick, that's the tax you pay. And that's it. Okay. 3 to 7 nights. Okay. You can go to any one of these places. You're responsible for your airfare. So a bunch of us so far are going to Vegas. I have not executed my trip yet. Okay. But I will. All right. And on top of that, so this applies to those that booked their trip by February 29th, and it applies to those that already traveled with me last year, like Aquanda, Valerie, these people already booked their trip. So anybody else that traveled last year, you can go ahead and work with Aspire to More to get your trip going. Then you also get a travel savings card of up to $300 for hotels. Okay. So indulge in it. You never know what gifts we're giving away to be a part of our Coffee with Friends on the Go segment. As usual, when we're in Breathless Putacana, I will be doing Coffee with Friends live there. So there will be an itinerary. Avia normally helps me out with that itinerary. We normally have an itinerary. We normally have a chat group that we set up so that everybody knows the time, the place at the resort to meet, what we're doing, when we're doing it, etc. All right. So we'll have a good time. And be patient with me, y'all, because I'm really a one-man band. So I try to plan these things and I try to give y'all the best experience I can as a host. But I did realize that in Mexico, I overexerted myself and I was exhausted. And Maria had to chase me to my room. So anybody that volunteers to help me while I'm there with the hosting, I would greatly appreciate it, because it did burn me out and it messed up some of the activities because I just couldn't manage coordinating everything. All right. And so I'll be taking volunteers for people who want to help me out and host some of the activities and the games and shit that's going on. All right. But we got time to figure all of that out. Yeah, Angel picked another hotel. I'm trying to figure out how she did that too. She didn't really explain it. I don't know. Like, did you have to pay for the hotel or did you just pay the taxes for the other hotel? She didn't really explain it, but I'll ask Avia too. I mean, these are questions you can ask Avia, right? If you go execute your trip, just ask Avia. If you don't want to book, stay in those 2 hotels and you want to stay at the Cosmopolitan or something else, see what they say. That's all we could do. All right. And with that, y'all, I got to go because I got to do some work. Then I got to drive into the office because there's a Black History event in my office. And me, as blackety black as I am, it wouldn't be right if I didn't show up. So yes, this Funky Friday, I'm literally breaking all of my rules, going into work on a Friday, driving into work, because I don't drive to work. Okay. But we got to carry these pies into the office. And so when I get there, we're going to do the party and then hopefully we're going to leave. All right. And with that, y'all, I'm just going to send y'all out. Oh, I didn't mention Friendsgiving. Can I tell y'all who paid off? Smokey is paid off. Cheryl is paid off. Debbie is paid off. Fancy K is paid off. Nut is paid off. 5 people are paid off. Okay. The rest of you MFs, I need your money. Chicago dropped out, so he's not going to be attending. I need Damaris money, Nakia money, Mo go get it, Ghost money, Interior. Oh, she's paid. Uhu's money, Val's money, So Bless money, Coach Donovan money. That's how many people I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me see how much that 8. Because I know how much I collected and I gotta pay for this fucking thing. Okay. All right. If all you motherfuckers paid, even though Chicago is not going, it'll still cover the house with money left over for food. All right. So we're still good. So everybody need to send their money in by March 31st. I need to pay this house off. All right. Currently, I have a total of $675. Well, yeah, $75 collected. All right. With the additional people, I should be close to $2,000. The remaining balance of the house is $1,700 and change, which will leave us with under $200 for groceries, as Chicago dropped out. So it took like $100 of groceries away from us. Okay. And so we will be asking people to contribute. Well, we were always going to be asking people to contribute at least 2 bottles of what they're drinking. Okay. And we will we will take the extra monies and get the groceries and shit like that. All right. Okay. All right. So that's all the activities that's happening. I'm not going to be doing Friendsmas in 2024 in Florida. I got too much stuff going in 2024. We are going to push Friendsmas to 2025 to give us more time to plan, get the house, figure out where we want to do it, how we're going to do it. We're just going to focus on these next series of trips coming up, because I myself have some personal trips I have to do. I have to go to Austin in May, and then I'm turning around and going to Italy, or I'm trying. Okay. It depends on how much ass I can sell with Debbie, because Debbie is not traveling ghetto style. She got to sit in business class, and I might have to put my feet on feetfinder.com or some shit. I don't the fuck know, but we shall see. All right. So we got some big things going with Coffee with Friends, and I have some personal things going. In June, we're going to be in the Hamptons with Debbie and Fancy K. So we got a lot of stuff going, and I need to start planning. I cannot focus on West Virginia with Hillbilly until I get this house paid for. Once I get the house paid for in Galveston, Texas, I will start pairing up with Hillbilly, and we will start deciding what those event activities are going to look like in June or July or whatever in West Virginia. Okay. All right. So anyway, y'all, enjoy your day. It's Friday. Be safe. Okay. Have a beautiful weekend. I know I got some plans this weekend. I meet my girlfriends tomorrow. Today, I'm going into the office. Sunday, I'm going to kind of chill, I think. Oh, no, Sunday, I get my massage. Ooh, Daquan is going to rub me. And he specifically felt that I was having issues with my sciatica nerve. And he said to me, listen, when you come back in here next month, I'm going to start with your feet. Okay, up, because I know your sciatica nerve is bothering you. And I was like, baby, I cannot wait. So Daquan is going to rub me. First, Asia is going to wax my woo-ha in my ass. And then Daquan is going to rub me. What a beautiful fucking Sunday. Have an amazing weekend. Yes, Deb, have an amazing weekend. All right. Thumbs up. 18 people watching. I should have 18 thumbs up. All right. Give me the thumbs up as I send y'all out with some positive vibes, because you know what I say.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Go. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to vivo. Come back Monday, y'all. Move with peace and love. love. Be safe over the weekend. Get this message on the way out. Hey, I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway, it's a nice range. 'Cause I've gone through the climb, I invite pain. Hey, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Hey, even when you feel low, you can still what? Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope. The whole song today, y'all. I sitting on me, I still go, 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 go. My back, I gotta be careful. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in the brain. Hey. That's what I say. Fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst I say and turn them to a pain. Take the best I say and put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find it right. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Hey. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Hey. See y'all Monday. Remember, you can still go no matter how low. All right? Don't let this world get to you. Stay in the moment.